Welcome back, PEZ collectors. Recently I got to attend the ATX PEZ Gathering down in Austin, Texas, and Greg and I, my husband, we got to go and attend the event. It was the first week in April of 2025, and of course we had a lot of fun. But one of my most favorite parts about attending a PEZ convention or a gathering are the exclusive PEZ dispensers you can only get from attending the PEZ gatherings or conventions. And Greg and I, we got one of each in our registration packs, which you've already seen these here on the channel if you've been watching my videos. I did show these before, but I'm going to show them again here in a couple minutes. So put those back there. And I also was able to buy as many as I could. I don't have the complete set. Technically, that I could not just buy. You had to win them or buy them at the charity auction. I'll talk about all that as well. But one of my favorite parts about like limited edition PEZ or like exclusive PEZ for gatherings or conventions is how many were made. Because if you're gonna, take the time and your money to buy these for your collection, it's nice to know the quantities. The official PEZ company hardly ever tells us how many PEZ are actually produced, but I know all the numbers here for the ATX PEZ Gathering PEZ, which I think will be really great info to have for years to come if you are going to collect these. But I think all this info for this video is going to be really helpful if you want to collect these ATX PEZ Gathering PEZ, because they are very limited quantities, and I think these are some of the coolest PEZ Gathering or PEZ convention dispensers that I have in my collection that are not made by the PEZ company. I should say that. These are custom made, but they do look like they could have came out of the PEZ factory. But I think they did a really great job making these. Well, I can't wait to unbox all these ATX PEZ with you today in this video and share more details about them. So let's get started. If you ever get the chance to go to an ATX PEZ Gathering, I highly recommend it. They're not going to have the next one for 3 years. So 2028, you can put that on your calendar now. They'll probably also be in April. They don't have like a specific date yet, but usually the gatherings or the conventions kind of fall in the same months every year. So all the convention and gatherings know, who's having what each month, because there's actually a lot of gatherings and conventions nowadays, which is also amazing. But if you can make it to Austin, I highly recommend it in 2028. Hopefully I'll get to go back. I really like Austin as a city. It's really fun. Which I know there's lots of behind the scenes people as well that run the Austin PEZ Gathering. So thanks to everybody else that worked really hard on making these, including the artist that designed these, which I'll be talking about here in a second too. They come in these little bags. Okay, I put them all here in front of me. I haven't looked at them. I just peeked in and put them in order of color to match my list so I can go through these and tell you all about the quantities. I think that's an important part of collecting these. So let me just grab the first one here, and then after I show you these, I'll tell you more about the artist and more about the series that these are based on, because I also find that very interesting and more unique. You don't usually get that for PEZ convention or PEZ gathering dispensers. I don't think there's that deep of meaning in them like there are for these. I like that about these. These are more art than just PEZ dispensers. Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh wait, the stem. So the first one I'm going to share with you, this one is green, and this design is called Gohst. Looks like, someone wearing a gas mask. The eyes are dark green, the head is mostly green, and then it has like the splatter paint on the top there. And they actually work. I'm like a regular PEZ dispenser. You could put a piece of PEZ in there. Has the little kicker there on the back, but this one is using one of the translucent stems from the Nemo series, which I think is really nice. It's yellow, and then ATX PEZ is printed on the front there in black, and then all these also have a little ATX PEZ logo down there. There were 47 of these total made, so you had 25% chance of getting one of these. All the ones I'm going to share with you, they're all available for you to get in your registration pack. So everyone just got one in the registration pack. So by the time everyone registered for the gathering, they didn't do absentee gathering packets. I think you had to go there and attend in order to register for the gathering. So you couldn't just, register for the gathering and get the packet. So there weren't that many packets or extra PEZ left over that they didn't sell. The next one is also a Gohst design. This one is a blue head. It's got the blue eyes. Of course, the splatter on top of its head. This is also one of those Finding Nemo stems. And on the front there, printed in black, it's ATX PEZ. And then on the side also has the ATX logo there at the bottom. So there's 2 Gohsts so far, and both of these I made 75 of each. And this is the one that Greg actually got in his registration pack. So you've seen this before here on the channel if you watched us unboxing our registration packs in another video, like when we were in Austin. I can link that video down below if you are new here, if you haven't seen it. Okay. I like this. That's awesome. Now we're going to lab rats. This lab rat's head is pink. It's got some like maroon splatters and its eyes are blue. Its little teeth look to be orange. It's on a really nice light pink stem. I don't know, I like the color combination on this a lot. The ATX PEZ is printed in black there down the stem as well. And then also has the ATX PEZ Gathering logo there at the bottom. They only made 40 of this pink lab rat, so a little bit harder to get than these 2. Grab the next one here. Oh, this is cool. Oh, okay, I like, ooh, oh my gosh, they keep getting better and better. I don't know how that's even possible because I really like these. Next one up is an orange lab rat. It's got the all orange head. The eyes on this, wait a minute, look at this. The eyes are red, the little nose is pink, and it's got yellow teeth. It's on a really bright orange stem. And on the top of the head, there's like this really bright orange splatter painted on. I don't know, it looks really nice. It's on a really bright orange stem. ATX PEZ printed down the front in black. Also has the little logo down there at the bottom in black. This one's cool. I really like the color on the top of here. I don't know if that color is coming across in the video as much as like how bright it is in real life, but that looks super nice. These look so good next to each other. Very colorful. I like it. Very good color palette too. Like it all kind of is very cohesive in colors. I like that a lot. And for the orange lab rat, I made 47 of these. Why did I put these? I have them in order from this little sheet, but maybe I should have put them in quantity order. So maybe I should leave it like that. So more, less, but okay. What? I didn't do this very good. Grab the next one. So this is the purple Gohst. It is spelled G-O-H-S-T. I'm going to pronounce it Gohst. Might be something even cooler, but I'm going to pronounce it as Gohst. And this one has a mostly purple head, and it has like some teal splatter paint. The tongue is like a neon yellow, kind of like a tennis ball green even. Purple eyes. The stem is really nice purple. It says ATX PEZ down the front. And of course, the logo is printed on the side in the same spot. This one, man, I don't know. This one's really cool. I like the coloring on that. Oh my gosh, next to the orange and the pink. I like it a lot. So this purple Gohst one, they only made 47 of that one as well. And then, going back to the Gohst, there's an all glow-in-the-dark Gohst. So this whole thing glows in the dark. The head, it's got red eyes. It's got the gas mask. But the stem also glows in the dark. And it says ATX PEZ there on the front in black. Also has the logo. And I will say that these really glow in the dark really well. After all the glow in the dark ones charge up, I could turn off the lights and show them. So there was only 12 of each of the glow in the dark ones made, which makes these very limited. And if you saw in my video, I actually pulled the lab rat glow in the dark one in my registration pack, and I thought this was super cool and I got it. I thought it kind of looks like Roxy. I'm trying to move out of the way. The little snout and this little head shape, like just imagine it has some like dog ears on there, and I was like, that looks like Roxy. But this whole thing glows in the dark. I've had it sitting back here on my shelf since I've got back, and every time I turn off the studio lights, it glows and it looks really nice. But this glow in the dark lab rat has black eyes, a red nose, black teeth, and it's on the glow in the dark stem, and it says ATX PEZ there in black down the stem, and it has the logo there on the side as well. This one does not have any splatter paint on the top. There's no splatter paint on the glow in the dark ones like these, but still super cool. Okay, one more that I have in my collection that I was able to buy. This one's great. Another one of the Gohst variations, but this one is also another glow-in-the-dark one. So it has the glow-in-the-dark head, black eyes, 3 black eyes, red tongue, and it's on the glow-in-the-dark stem, ATX PEZ printed on the front there in black, and then it has the logo on the side. Why am I so far over? So these are all the ones that I was able to buy, and the only reason I was able to even buy these is because I actually attended the ATX PEZ Gathering, so I was able to buy like the rest of them that I didn't get. They were selling them there at the gathering, so if you actually went to the gathering, you had the opportunity to buy the missing ones that you didn't pull in your registration packet, which I thought was really cool, and I think a really great way for you to get all of these, because usually you can't just buy the extra dispensers. Sometimes you can, but not always. And I like how there's quite a few variations, but there's not so many that it's overwhelming. And the ones I am missing, I may never add them to the collection because they're super rare. So the first 3 I was not able to get. They were given out on Friday night at the glow party, and they gave raffle tickets to each attendee, and you were able to put it in the little, I guess, bucket there and win one of these. So if you would have got one of these are super rare. They only made 3 of them. There's a gold one, a silver one, and a bronze one, and they all have their eyes painted with blue Tiffany paint color, which I think is really cool. And they're all glow in the dark stems. So all the gold ATX PEZ dispensers, they're all lab rats. All the silver ATX PEZ dispensers are Gohst, and then all the bronze ones are gassed. So it makes those super rare because there's only 3 of those in existence, which is pretty cool. Like if you have one of those, that's one of 3. No one else in the world has one. I think those will become very collectible in the future. And the other 3 that I was not able to get were also a gold, silver, and a bronze head. So we have the gold rat, the silver Gohst, and then the bronze gassed. But they had different colored stems than the ones at the glow party. The gold one was on like a C3PO colored gold stem, so it looked really great with the head. The silver one was of course on a silver stem, and then the bronze one was on a light brown stem, so they all kind of match the head pretty well. There's no paint on the head, so they're just gold, silver, and bronze. And the only way you were able to get those 3 is if you won the PEZ drag race, you were able to get gold, bronze, or silver. And then for like the super helpers, the people who ran the ATX PEZ Gathering, they awarded those helpers with the gold, silver, or bronze ATX PEZ, the same as the ones you could have got at the truck race. And then there was one more way to get a gold, silver, or bronze ATX PEZ, and that was to buy a set of them at the charity auction. But those were even more super special because the artist himself signed the inside of the sleeve. I don't have a signed one. All 3 of them were signed. If you think the gold, silver, and bronze ATX PEZ Gathering are really cool, well, check it out because there are 2 one-of-one ATX PEZ Gathering PEZ that exist. So if you got one of these 2, you're pretty lucky. I kind of wish I had them in my collection, but maybe someday. The first one here I'm going to share with you is a Gohst ATX PEZ. It's got the pink head, it's got a seafoam green splatter on the top, its eyes are black with yellow pupils, its tongue is red, and it's on, pretty sure that's the glow in the dark orange stem. But I just love the color combo on this. If you turn to the side, you can see that it has a scar on its side of its head, and then at the bottom of the stem it says 1 of 1. If you turn to the other side, it also has another like scar, but it has some fresh blood coming out of it, and then there's the ATX logo on the bottom there with 3. So that one is super cool. Then there's also this other 1 of 1. It's another Gohst ATX PEZ. It's got the pink head, the seafoam green splatter, but this time its eyes are red with black pupils, and it has an orange tongue and ATX down the stem, same stem color as the last one. But if you turn to the side, you see it says XOXO and some lips. So this must be like the lover ghost, and their one must have been like the bad boy ghost. And at the bottom it says 1 of 1, and then you turn to the other side, it has a red heart and then the ATX logo on the bottom there like the rest of the dispensers have. I like that one a lot too. I think that was a really fun idea to do 1 of 1s, and the only way to get one of those was to pull it from your registration pack. But I thought I got pretty lucky with the glow-in-the-dark lab rat, but I think if you were to pull one of these 1 of 1s, that's super luck right there. And then if no one got it in the registration pack, it could have been in the box there on the table during the gathering, or anytime during the gathering you could have bought PEZ out of that box. It could have been in there as well. So if you would have got that, that would have been your lucky day. Since these PEZ dispensers are more like art pieces, at least if you ask me, and there was a lot more that went into them than just like using a hockey puck or, you know, something that was made by the PEZ company, I thought let's talk about that real quick, and you can learn a little bit more about how these came about, because I think that's pretty interesting. These ATX PEZ dispensers are designs from Clay Ferguson. He goes by the name of Ferg, which I think is a really fun name, but he's friends with Ryan Rimmer. He's one of the hosts of the ATX PEZ Gathering, and when Ryan was trying to figure out, you know, what they could do for the gathering dispensers, he remembered that Ferg, he had NFTs of these squats. That's what they're called, squats. And Ferg said, sure, you can use the NFT, the 3D models of all the characters. But Ferg, he's a local artist in Austin, you know, around where the gathering takes place. He's an artist known for his bold, minimalist toy design, which, I mean, you can see that in these characters. But these characters are based on his Squatts series. So it's SQUADTS, Squatts. And a little backstory about the Squatts, because I think that's what makes these even more fun, is that they're not just characters, they have a backstory, or an origin story on, you know, the characters themselves. So the Squatts, they're a line set in a post-apocalyptic Earth. And a little bit about the story is that they're alien prisoners that crash landed and they adopt human tech. And they split into different gangs, and things spiral into chaos, and each figure reflects that gritty, gang-driven world. I mean, you have Gohst, Lab Rat, and Gohst. I mean, it totally is that post-apocalyptic character, if you ask me, which I think is also like really cool. And each of these are 3D resin printed. The artist, he was just responsible for the design of the characters. And then another one of Ryan's friends, he 3D resin printed all the heads and then splatter painted them. And then Ryan got the heads, painted the eyes and all the other details on their face. And then got the stems printed from another pad printer. So he didn't print those, he had them sent out. And then Ryan assembled all the heads onto the stems. I mean, that was a lot of work. And they turned out really great, because like if you look at the eyes and the mouths and stuff, like I don't know how he painted them so circular. Maybe it's resin paint too, I don't know. But they look really great. They look like they come from a factory, really well done. The quality on these are top notch. So if you are able to hunt any of these down in amateur collection, you're probably gonna really enjoy them as well. Hopefully this video was helpful. It took me a while to dive into all the details and figure out like the quantities and what was made, and a little bit more about the artist and the way that these dispensers came about, which I thought was interesting. So hopefully you find that interesting as well. Hopefully this video is helpful if you're collecting in the future. Maybe if you even find this video here on YouTube, you know, 5 or 10 years from now, and you're like, what are those PEZ? Do I have them in my collection? I want to learn more about them, and hopefully this video is helpful in any of those ways. And thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you Saturday for the PEZ and Coffee live stream. Bye!
I'll write to you. Full of dust, you'll know it's me, and from nobody else.